Good morning. Fingers crossed that today we don't have any technical issues. After further review yesterday, it's basically one of two things. Either I've mastered the art of resetting the equipment so that it doesn't do that, or we're going to be in a situation where basically I have to order a new piece, which will delay this further. So no worries about day 107. I'm going to do that as a makeup session. We had a couple of technical glitches, knock on wood, that it was only a couple of days. And so we'll finish out to the 120, and then I'll come back and do, I think it's like a day 74, a day 99, a day 107, so that when you look at the complete set, you have 120 days plus the 2 days of rest or personal practice on the weekends. But we won't jump ahead. We're going to go ahead and, what do you call it? We're going to do what we were going to do yesterday, which is focus on the liver. And just as a quick kind of catch up, yesterday I started talking about the emotions that are attached to the organs that we're treating, as well as there is a complementary organ that we treat at the same time whenever we're taking care of our energy in that one organ. So, for example, on Monday, when we did the lungs, yes, there's that physical manifestation of the lungs. There's also the emotional treatment that is held in the lungs, which is grief and sadness. So the emotion can be a reason why you want to work on the lungs. And then there's also the complementary yang organ, which is also a reason why people want to work on the lungs, which is the large intestine, which is basically the intestine that gets rid of all the waste in the body. So that's the lungs. Today we're going to do liver. So for the liver, the emotion is anger, frustration, even kind of overwhelm, but that frustrated kind of stress and irritation is in the liver. So that's the excess emotion that's associated with there. And the complementary yang organ that also gets some love when we do these exercises is the gallbladder. So just kind of these fun little facts. So even if you think about stones in the liver, stones in the gallbladder, it makes sense because they basically complement each other. In fact, stones will start in the liver before they start to really truly manifest in the gallbladder. So these exercises, if you have issues with stones, will be very beneficial to helping with that energetic manifestation, in hopes that they don't turn into a physical manifestation if we go by Chinese medicine philosophy. So let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to start by waking up the body. We're going to start waking up the body just with that gentle swing. Arms are laying where they may. And then bring hands up to middle waist height. You can bring the heel up to deepen that stretch. I'm going to leave my heels down just because I am struggling with my balance this week as I'm getting back into my practice. So just keeping my feet planted and letting my arms swing. And let's wake up that upper spine with these goalpost arms. And it's time to work our way back down. Waist high. And back down. And coming back to stillness. Good. All right, we're going to move into purging. Monday, we started with dredging the channels, which we're going to continue because it's that deep purge going through all of the energy meridians, removing anything that does not serve us. And as I am getting back into my practice, it is long overdue and needed. So we're going to start down the feet, and I think I actually have the camera angle at a good place today that you can see my feet dredging the yin channels, so the internal channels. So you'll see, oh, the blue screen is going to come here. Oh, man. But you'll see that we essentially are going to do the inside of our legs, and that's the yin. So let's go ahead and start down here. Going up the yin. Like I said, I keep my hands away from the body. Up and release. Good. Out. Coming down the outside, this is the yang, and release. Come up. And out. Up. Out. Up. Out. One more time. Up. Out. Good. And let's get into our Wuji posture and just spend a couple of minutes here engaging. Taking in some energy. You can do your 1 through 4 if you'd like. Take notice of any sensations you feel in your body. It's one of those things coming back after not practicing for a month. It feels really good to feel the energy running through my meridians. Really good. It's also normal to feel warmer because we are doing more of a traditional Qigong workout, so don't be alarmed if your temperature is starting to rise. Now let's go ahead and bring the hands down to the lower dantian. We're going to start with the new exercise, and then we'll go back and do some of the lung, just so that we can get that out. So we're going to be doing the liver. So for the liver, we're going to take our right hand and tuck it by the liver. So the liver is like right under the rib cage. So I want my hand here, palm facing up. We're going to see this nice curvature here. I do stay engaged in the Wuji stance on my bottom feet just like I did on Monday with the lung. My other hand's going to reach out, and you're going to find a place where your middle finger is going to touch. And the intention is that we're going to alternate arms, and this hand coming out is going to hit in the same place. So my middle finger on my left hand and my middle finger on my right hand are going to extend and reach in the same place. So here's this very slowly. I'm going to move to the side. You stay that way just so that you can see the motion that is happening. Because to get this internal massage that's working the liver and the gallbladder, and also helping out the spleen on the other side because it's making sure that we're balanced, we need to bring this arm all the way back. So I want to feel this tug here back behind my shoulder blade. Feeling this, I should feel this back here. I should feel my shoulder blades stretching back. Well, that's completely normal if you're having some snap, crackle, pop in those arms because we didn't do lungs first. Theoretically, if we did the lungs first, that would have been taken care of with that exercise. So hand coming back, palm face up, transitions, extends forward. Let's do one more on each side. And bring it down. Good. I'm going to come into the lung position, hands resting in front of the chest, pushing the hands out, inhaling and bringing that new light in. My hands, the palms mimic that. I'm pushing, which does not serve me, out of my lungs, gathering, bringing in good energy into my lungs. Imagine these little white energy balls gathering in the palms of each hand, and you're just inserting them into the chest to do their healing work, relieving any grief, sadness, getting rid of any physical manifestations of congestion. Just breathing into it. Another blue screen. We're doing pretty well. Keep doing that lung exercise. At least you can see me. Breathe through any sensations. One more time. In and out, in and push it down. And we're having that blue screen happening. But you can still hear me, which is okay because we are moving into regulation. So as much as I would love for you to be able to see me, oh, yeah, it's starting. So let me just stay there in Wuju posture, settling. You can still hear me. You have a black screen, but we're going to go into regulation, which is microcosmic orbit. So I'm just going to verbally tell that to you since your eyes are going to be closed anyway. So your legs are still in that Wuji posture stance. Hands are hovering in front of that lower dantian. And with the microcosmic orbit, we're going to imagine that we're going to push that energy down from the lower dantian, running it underneath us, and then inhale it up the spine and back down in front of the face. Sometimes you see me doing water wheel hands, almost like training wheels, so I can see the energy as it follows. However, you can do this all in your mind, just breathing, feeling the energy traveling up the spine and down the front of the body. Up the spine. Down the front of the body. Slowly and steadily, feeling the calming sensation of that energy just running this natural, slow, steady orbit, putting you at peace. Go ahead and do 3 more orbits, and when you're ready, we'll meet back at the lower dantian, hands just hovering there in front of that lower abdomen. Hands resting now in front of that lower abdomen, known as the lower dantian. Just rooting that energy. Lower dantian is the reservoir of qi. This is where we store energy for later use. Ideas as we cultivate on a daily basis, we have excess that we can store here so we can tap into when we need it most because of the challenges we encounter on a daily basis, the stress we encounter on a daily basis. And go ahead and lay one hand on top of the other on that lower dantian. Bring the feet closer together. And if the body feels called, slowly rock or sway. Go ahead and do so. And coming back to stillness, holding on to that sensation of peace, being energized, so you can carry that through your day. Thank you so much for joining me, sticking it out with me with the camera issue, but it seemed to work out perfectly as we were transitioning into a time for us to go inward anyways. Have a beautiful Wednesday. I will talk to you tomorrow and we'll give a try with the camera, but I'm going to order the additional equipment, but I will be here tomorrow morning. And thank you for bearing with me as we've been figuring all of this out. Have a great day. Bye.